Okay, well, happy Tuesday morning to you all. It is Tuesday the 17th. Let's see what we've got here. 87 degrees this morning. It's very thick and humid out here. Save that for my weather report. And 81%, yeah. Feels thicker than that. So, I washed and dried my SilverWing and got it back on the road, and it shrunk. I got the little C3 up and running again. It was languishing on that project. I had gotten back in this thing just shy of 2 years ago. I want to say it was November of 22 is when I pulled the tank out of it and did all that work and refurbished this thing, and then it was just sitting. And the tank got gummed up again. It didn't rust, but it got all gunked up in there and it wouldn't start. Still had all the plastics off of it and all that, so I was like, alright, fine. I'm gonna refurbish it, get it back on the road. The reason that I stopped messing with it was I got annoyed at this. It's a brand new fuel tank, brand new sender, and the gauge doesn't work anymore. So I had blamed it on the new fuel pump sender because the old one was working. Just, you know, the pump was bad, but the sender was good. So I was like, all right, well, you know, the new unit that I got for 200 and something bucks was broken. No, I tested it and the level works. So with about a half a tank in there, it was reading 33 ohms. I put a full tank of fuel in it, and it's reading like 7.5, 8 ohms. So that's correct as far as the factory service manual says. So apparently my gauge has gone bad, and I don't know if there's a way to fix that. I probably just have to replace the whole gauge. So that's unfortunate on a little bike like this with only 1.1 gallons of fuel. You need to know where your fuel is at because this is fuel injected. There's no reserve. When it runs out, it runs out. So I'm going to have to be careful. Anyway, so it's all polished up, looking good. That is way out of date, kids. So I'm going to go over to Wild West right now and do the state inspection on it so I can get the tag renewed. And then I'm off to work, so it's going to be a slow surface street commute today, but that's okay. So I'm off to Wild West. They should be opening right about now, 9 o'clock, and I'll have them give me a fresh inspection on this. Oh, it feels good to get moving. I'm sweating through my shirt right now. I hope that I don't show up at the client site just looking like a drenched mess, which I very well might. Ooh, it's humid. So the little C3 is still rolling on the same tires. I need to shop for some tires that will fit this and fit my riding purposes. They should be the same tires that most of the small Yamaha scoots use, like the other little Zuma 50, the Riva. I think a handful of them use roughly the same size tire, but these are real chunky. I'll throw the factory sizes up here on the screen. They're pretty wide. They're like 130 millimeters wide, which is huge for a small scoot. Kind of balloony. So anyway, these Pirellis that I have on here, I think they're the SL23s or something like that. They don't exist anymore. Pirelli has kind of changed their scooter tire lineup, and I remember shopping tires for this several years ago, and the Michelin Boppers are available in the tire size that I want. I don't really want off-roady ADV type tires on this, Navis. There's no reason. I'm never going to off-road this thing. So pavement tread with good water dispersion and good wet grip, that's what I'm after. So I'll find a set of tires because these are going on 8+ years old. I haven't checked the alright, apologies. My camera battery is low this morning, and I'm trying to charge it on the bike while I'm riding, but my little charging cord doesn't seem to want to hang on and do what it's supposed to. We'll see how this works. So what I was saying is I haven't checked the date codes on the tires to know exactly their age, but I can tell you that they've been on here for 8 years, so that's old. That's real old. I inspected them. They're looking okay, but they're starting to get a little bit of signs of dry rot in a couple of places, so a little concerned about them. You know, they could split over one of these nasty Houston potholes, so gotta be careful. I have a patch kit with me as always, but if you've got dry rotted tires and they're splitting on cracks, a patch isn't going to do you any good. So I recorded a little bit of my refurbishing and restoration project on this. Not comprehensive at all, just little snippets here and there of what I was doing and problems that I encountered along the way. So I'll try to throw that up there on the channel sometime soon. Show kind of what I did to refurbish it, which was exactly the same thing as when I got it. I bought this thing years and years ago, back in 2015 or 2016. I got a screaming, steaming deal on it. A guy had let it sit in his garage too long. He just used it running around his neighborhood to the golf course that he was a member of, and just never really used it enough to make it worthwhile. So it sat in his garage for a couple years, and he wasn't riding it anymore and needed to get it gone, and he was asking, I don't know what it was, $1,000. So, and this is in San Antonio, and I went out there, and I had to be there for a business trip. So I sent the guy an email the previous day and said, hey, I'm going to be in San Antonio tomorrow. If you still got this, I'd like to stop by and look at it. And yeah, I went over there, and he didn't say that it wouldn't start. So when I inspected it, couldn't get it started, nothing would get it running. And he said, well, make me an offer. You know, I need it gone because I want to put a golf cart in here and blah blah. And I said, well, I'm not really in the mood for another project. I don't need another project. And he was just determined to sell it, to make me an offer. And I said, well, I don't know, just tell me what you want. He said, I don't know what it's worth, just make me an offer. And I just shot him some stupid lowball number. I said $300. I said, okay, sold. So I got this scoot, 300 miles on it for $300, and I knew what was wrong. It was gummed up fuel, and that's exactly what has happened to it twice since then, just because I'm not riding it as much as I should, whatever. I brought it home and pulled the plastics apart. I drained the tank and had to clean out the fuel line on it, and that's exactly the procedure I've had to go through the last 2 times that it's gotten clogged up. Now, the previous one back in 2 years ago, I had to replace the fuel pump and the little pickup screen in there because they just disintegrated. It was just pure rust in there and totally killed itself. So that was new parts, but I probably could have refurbished the fuel pump itself. It was just the pickup at the bottom, and I didn't know how much crap that the pump had ingested, rust and all that junk. It'll screw up the impellers in there, so I just decided, nah, I'm gonna skip it. Got a new one. But then that's when the fuel gauge stopped working, and now here I am cranking along at 40 plus, just going with traffic, not even looking at my speed. I have no idea. I think the speedometer on this is a little bit optimistic by a couple miles per hour, but it's a fun little scoot. It'll get along at 45 miles an hour all day long. Not bad for a 50cc, and it's really efficient. If you're not just running wide open throttle, it gets 115 to 125 miles to the gallon, which is pretty crazy. I didn't have anything that was more efficient than that until I bought my PCX 150 in 2015, and then the Super Cub after that. And the Super Cub is crazy efficient. It'll get 150 plus at these speeds. My Navi 110 is considerably quicker than this on acceleration, and just marginally faster on top speed. It'll do about 5 7 miles per hour higher top speed than this will, but this thing will do 45, 47-ish on ideal conditions. It still has the original drive belt in here, which I need to replace. I ordered those and they should be in sometime. They're cheap, you know, 25 bucks a pop. So I got a couple of spares on the way. When I upgraded the variator in this thing to the Dr. Pulley variator, and I removed the little restrictor washer that's on the variator faces, that bumped the top speed from, I think it was 35, 36 miles an hour is all it could get, up to, you know, 45, 47. I've had it at 47 on GPS a couple times, and that was with a fresh belt. So now I think the top speed is probably around 45. I don't know. We'll look at the GPS stats today on this after I've run around and see if I beat my estimate. Anyway, back to the comparison to the Navi. This thing is just marginally slower all around than the Navi. Not quite as quick on acceleration, but as far as, you know, top speed and all that, they're almost identical for all practical purposes. And this thing is just insanely more efficient. The Navi clapped out top speed is only going to get high 50s miles per gallon, which is crazy for that small of an engine. I couldn't believe how low that was. A long trip that I took to Austin, I tracked all the fuel fill-ups, miles to gallons put in, so it was accurate. Wasn't relying on the you know, estimate numbers off of a computer or anything like that. It's miles traveled versus gallons in, and that's what I calculated, and it was getting high 50s, low 60s. It's pretty bad. See what my top speed is here. This is a very, very slight downhill grade. Very slight. These access roads are sketchy on small scooters because you can't accelerate all that fast, and these people are just absolutely hauling ass. I watched an interesting video a year or so ago about street roads, and Texas is kind of unique in this aspect right here, where throughout Texas, especially Houston metro area, we've got a lot of these feeder roads that are highways in and of themselves. They're less of a road, more of a street. I don't know what the delineation there is, but people drive just as fast on the access roads as they do out on the main lane, sometimes even faster here. You'll see people ripping 75, 80 miles an hour through here, and traffic's only moving 65, 70 on the highway. Wild West Motoplex. I hope the guys for the inspections are here today. Bikes, bikes, bikes. I need to bring a couple of others over here. The Super Cub and the CT125 are expired as well. I need to get those done. Ka-chunk. All right, inspection time. All right, inspection's done. Unfortunately, I just remembered I left something at home that I need for the client site, so I got to run back to my house before I can go to work. My bad, my bad. That's okay. At least I got this thing done, and now I can continue eastward. Go C3, go! Wide open, go! She doesn't get up to top speed real quick. Measured in minutes, not seconds. I wonder what the horsepower figure on this engine is. I think it's probably about 5 horsepower, maybe. I remember seeing it somewhere. I just can't recall what it was. It's not even 5 horsepower. I think it's 4.6 or something. It's not a lot. Pretty crazy efficient at what it does, though. Nice turn from the middle lane, genius. Plenty of jacked up trucks and bozo drivers in Houston, man. That's what you got to watch out for on motorcycles and scooters, because they're not looking out for anything. So I'll run this today and fill it up when I get back home, because it had pretty much a full tank in it. I mean, right up to the bar when I was working on it yesterday. So it should be ready to go for fuel testing. So I'll run my normal route today, check my miles from where I was to where I end up, and then we'll see what the fuel economy looks like. I won't know what my consumption is until I'm done. So done as in sitting on the side of the road with no gas if I'm not careful. Last minute lane changing from the middle lane. Man, I tell you, Houston is just full of shitheads. Zero care, zero respect. Of a different flavor. Guess this guy's asleep. screen this time. Usually that thing's pretty short. Okay, item acquired. On I go. That little silver silver Miata back there is exactly what I've been looking for. I even like that silver color. It's NC Miata. It's about a 2016. Well, so what else to talk about today? Don't know. Just gonna ride. And hopefully not get run over. Ooh, steamy. Wow, somebody opened the gate. Letting them all run. Okay, inside lane. Try to get up to speed. It's funny that this little C3, with as short of suspension as it has, I'll have to show a picture of the front forks. I think it's got like 1.8 inches of travel. It's almost nothing. It's crazy. It feels smoother over these bumps than the Zuma 125 of Neil's that I've been riding around. just different damping, I guess. That Zuma is so jittery on the front end. I think it would be a great scoot if it had a fork kit, something just to tame those very harsh, jittery front forks. I pulled these forks apart when I did the rebuild several years ago, 2016, 2017, whenever that was, and put, what was it, Bel-Ray 7-weight synthetic in there, and I overfilled them just a tiny bit to give a little bit less air cushion, and it did fine. With the big balloony tires on here, it soaks up the rest of the bumps, so it rides pretty well for what it is. I'm not saying it rides great. I'm saying it rides well for what it is. You'll lose your teeth and your kidneys on a few of the bumps around town here. I'm actually pretty surprised that with only 2 inches of suspension that it rides as well as it does. I'd say it's on par with the Navi. It's probably a little more controlled than the Navi, but it has less suspension stroke. Now I do have a YSS shock on the rear of this, and that helps because the original shock was pretty soft. I ordered this out of Germany on eBay. I had to go through 2 different iterations of it because I measured eye-to-eye length on the original shock, and you know, the mounting hole size and all that, and diameter and everything, and I kind of sized it up just based on the YSS parts catalog. And the first one that I ordered cost me, yeah, probably 75 bucks with the shipping from Germany and all that, but it was too long, and you couldn't even get the center stand to support the bike. So it really jacked up the back of the scoot too much. So I don't know how my measurements were off, but at any rate, it didn't work. So I ordered another one, and that's the one that's on here now. And even it is a bit too long. It's probably about, I'm guessing, maybe 10 millimeters too long, something like that, because the rear tire still touches the ground when you're on the center stand. It's just barely touching. So, but it rides well. I've got it set on the 3rd preload compression. I don't know what the spring rate is. I have no idea. Definitely rides better than the original shock, though. The original one was just too soft. And I ordered the little fork damping rods for this in anticipation of drilling out the original set or drilling out the new set, whatever, and putting YSS PD valves in here just to see if I could improve the front end feel even more, but I never did it. And I don't know how that would work. I might even need shorter springs because these forks are so short as they are. I don't know if there's enough room to get a PD valve in there. Wish there were other roads I could take besides this to do my commute in toward town, but everything else is further away. And I guess I could take Westheimer Parkway and Westheimer all the way in, but Westheimer is so dangerous. Everybody runs way too fast on there. Tons of crazy lane changes, and everybody running red lights and tailgating and running 60, 70 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour zone. It's almost better to be on the access road running a steady 45, 50 than it is to be in that stop and go where everyone's playing the stoplight drag races. I'm not running with my high beam on. I have the little Denali DMs, the driving lights on here, and they really help with the forward conspicuity, but I always try to ride with my high beam on in the daytime because, man, as a motorcyclist here in Texas, you can use every little bit of extra edge you can have for helping cagers notice you're there. I don't quite trust these tires being as old as they are. I'm taking the corners nice and easy. They feel grippy. They don't feel like they're slipping around, but you know, just in case. They're getting old. They're 8 years old plus. I'll have to shop around, find some good scooter tires. Heidenau and a couple of others have got some good looking tires. I don't know how they are performance wise. Maxxis I've seen have some good scooter tires, but I've never owned Maxxis, and I've heard a lot of bad reviews about them. You know, people saying that they're terrible, they don't have any good wet grip, you know, that kind of stuff. So I don't know. Could always do the Michelin boppers. I don't like the tread pattern on those things. They're goofy looking. It's kind of a wavy, swirly looking. I don't know what they were trying to achieve. I think they were looking for more appearance than function. I really like City Grips. Fantastic tires, but they don't make them in this size. Cruise control. Man, one of the last commute videos I did on this was the Chasing the Sunset, when I rode it home from the warehouse a couple, 3 years ago. I wonder how fast I'm going. Don't know. Wrap the speedometer, it stops right there. That's it. Probably about 45. Feels like 45. Actually feels like 43. Let's see if my butt dyno is correct. Hurry up and stop. So much aggression in this city. I've noticed that getting off the line is a little bit pokier on this thing lately. I need to get the fresh belt in there, and I'll clean out the variator, you know, check the little Dr. Pulley sliders and all that stuff. When I first put that variator in there, it was much snappier. Of course, the belt was not as old and crusty as this one is. So we'll see how a fresh belt and cleaned out CVT does. I'd rather not sit in this guy's blind spot, but we have both reached maximum velocity. I'm gonna back off a little bit because he's chosen my top speed as his cruising speed, and he's putting me in his blind spot. All right then, make up your mind. Can he make it? There is no more acceleration. That's it. Nope. And there, oh, this guy is just an absolute genius. Walking across the intersection in the middle of a busy green light, jaywalking. Wow. God, crazy dangerous. And he wasn't even in a hurry to get across there. Whew. I'll get the tag done on this thing, and if my weekend shapes up okay, I might take a little scooter camping outing. Hey, nice job, genius. 75 plus on the access road, just to stop and turn probably. I'd like to go out to, what is it, Stephen F. Austin maybe. It's not too far away. I can take the back roads at 45. I'm really waiting for the weather to cool down. It's been so friggin' hot lately. We had a couple of nice days and nights around Hurricane Francine. Just preceding that, the weather was just great, but since then it's just been hot and sticky again. And here you are, sitting with everyone else after speeding 75 miles an hour on the access road, being a tool. Wow, check out that pimp and ride. It's actually pretty cool. I don't see those chop top. Is that Caddy or an Olds? I can't tell. It's got the spare tire and the fender up there like a Morgan. That's really cool. And I'm smelling burning oil. I hope it ain't me. Pretty cool looking. That might even be a Buick. I can't tell what that is. Hey, I'm beating traffic on the highway. The C3, the seat is so boxy, I have to lean it over and just one foot it. I mean, I'm tippy-toe on both sides of this thing. It's so fat. It's harder to get to the ground on this than it is on my SilverWing. Make it make sense. It's silly. If I scoot way forward where it's real narrow up here, I could do that, but then I'm so close to the bars, my elbows are getting me in the ribs. It's a very boxy scoot. Cooler on wheels. I've had people ask me in traffic before, is that one of those converted coolers? Keep going, dude. Asshole. like one of my little LED segments is going out on the display here. This was a cheap little hour tack meter that I got off of Amazon. I don't remember what it was, 15 bucks, 20 bucks, something like that. And it worked great for about, I don't know, a week, and then the battery died, and I just left it there. It didn't bother trying to take it down or anything until 2 years ago when I started working on it again, and I put a fresh battery in it, and it seemed to work okay, but it had condensation inside the display, so it's not 100% waterproof, I guess. And one of those little segments burned out on it. I haven't used it for the hour meter function. I'm sure it's counting, I'm just not paying attention. Are you really slowing down, or are you just riding with 2 feet? I think we got a 2-footed driver. Yep. You're gonna get me killed, dude. That coming. The guy behind me is going to cause an accident. Almost hit me. He's about to hit that car. Houston drivers are such assholes, man. If you're gonna go. Be decisive about it. He's turning right, but he's going left. It's Lisdexia Day. All right, sit and stew for a little while in the sun. It's getting pretty hot already. Whatever the time is, 10:15 in the morning, something like that. I don't know. It's hot. It's going to be a steamy day. It doesn't feel like the humidity is going down any. We don't have rain in the forecast, as far as I can tell. I'm hoping this weekend is clear and somewhat cooler, but we are only in the mid to late August range, or September, sorry. It doesn't start cooling off really until October late, you know, getting in toward November. We've got another 4 weeks of this. was there at Wild West waiting on the inspection, I walked around on the showroom and they had a couple of new interesting looking bikes. One of them that I had not seen before, and it's not new. It's a 23, maybe a 24, Kawasaki KLX 300 SM for $52.99. It's a pretty decent price. And they had a 230 SM of the same year sitting on the floor, which that was kind of strange. I didn't know Kawasaki made both 230 and 300 SMs for the same model year, but anyway, same price. The 300 looks pretty good. I like it. I sat on it, rolled it out, took some pictures of it. Looks pretty good. It's about the same seat height as the XT250 Yamaha. But that 300 class water-cooled engine should have a lot more poke. I don't know about top speed, but should have a lot more power on tap than the air-cooled XT250 engine. I think it only makes 17 or 18 horsepower at the crank, probably less than that at the rear wheel. So the 300 I think is rated at like 26 horsepower, 27, something like that. Need to stop by my old office here and pick up a check that's waiting, I think. Somebody told me I've got a check or two waiting there, so I'll do that on my way through and take the back roads over to my client site. But crunch. Okay then. Pick up my mail items and be back with you in a bit. Okay, off I go. I'll take the back road. Eeny, meeny. Getting hungry too. I didn't eat breakfast this morning, and I had a early dinner. 5 o'clock. No, I guess it was 6-ish. Like 6:30 when I ate. No footer. I sure do miss sweet tomatoes. The restaurant used to be there. C19 killed it. All you can eat salad and soup buffet. Really good. I doubt this light is going to detect me, but hopefully it'll detect that guy. I don't think it's going to detect me at all, so I'm going. Oh, there it goes. All right, I was about to run it. Alright, headed out. I'm gonna go over to the tag agency and get this tag renewed so I'm not riding dirty anymore. Battery keeps dying on this camera. don't know if I got a faulty battery or a faulty charging cord, but this refuses to charge today. These side streets over here kind of weaves through to that neighborhood. I can't remember which one it is. I think I take Westview up here, but I think that's too far. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I could go all the way up to Long Point and over, but the street I'm looking for is Peck, P-E-C-H. And that doesn't go through. It's a little short north-south. Yeah, don't bother with the school zone, huh? Probably not going to make that unless I speed. Hey, it's going to stay green long. Look at that. That's awesome. Ugh, bump. Big bump. Another big bump. Don't want to hit that thing. 3-inch deep manhole cover. Okay then. Let's see if this takes me where I want to go. Ooh, it's hot out here, man. The sun is something today. Infrared and UV are cooking. I'm not wearing my jacket again today because I know I wasn't going to be going fast enough to really cool myself off. I'm going to be sitting still and going slow. It's not a good safety excuse, but it's my anti-sweat excuse, and I'm sticking with it. I think this is the street. It is. Hey, look at it. What do you know? Tech goes right through here. You got lucky. Hopefully this place won't be packed. I used to like coming to this office because it was almost always empty, but that was pre-C19 days. Quick in, quick out. No problem. During C19 and since that point, they've got a different system in here, and you've got to go through reservations for most of your stuff. Walk-ins, they're now doing walk-in service again, but you got to take a ticket, and the little waiting area is pretty small. And last several times I've been here, the line is out the door on the sidewalk, and hour, 2-hour wait, crazy stuff. This is the little tax office right here. They look like the lot is pretty full. I'm gonna find out. See if I can find a cheating spot to park. That's always a trick. I'm gonna park right there by the handicap ramp, because I know if I put this in a parking place, somebody's gonna hit it. It's too small. No parking? Okay, I won't park. I'm not supposed to park on a crosswalk. I really don't want to park up in the front on a government building. I will put it over here, and I'm just going to hope that somebody sees it and doesn't punt it. Motorcycle spot in the back, but I don't want to go back that far, and I think that's probably somebody that works here. Alright. Should be plenty visible. I'll lock the column. And if I can get uncorded here. Grab my insurance papers and the inspection, and there we go. Alright, well that was quick and easy. Surprising. It was just in and out. Maybe 10 minutes total. Not bad today. I found the right timing. I commented to the lady as I walked in. I said, wow, I picked the right time to come in. She said, yes, you did. So that means it must have been busy earlier today. It's funny. The air temperature out here doesn't feel that bad today, but the sun does. The sun is super, super hot. And this is supposed to be a school zone, and that cop just went flying through here at 40 miles an hour. The sun is just cooking, man. Hot, hot. Nobody coming? I'm going. Squeak through. No footer, no footer, no footer, no footer. Still no footer. Oh, can he do it? Can he do it? Can he do it? It's going to be a long hold. Still no footer. Still no footer. Okay, I got to creep it here. This guy might take a little while. No footer. Hey, I made it. What do you know? Okay, you don't have your signal on. I'm going. You going. No footer. Made it happen. That was definitely a 0 mile an hour prolonged stop. While I'm over here, I should stop at my warehouse and make sure I don't have anything sitting on the porch. I have been getting a few business offers lately on the YouTube channel to do product reviews and that sort of thing, and I've given them my shipping address, and just occasionally random stuff shows up and sits on the doorstep, and my neighbor will pick the things up and say, hey man, I saw this sitting on the porch. So still no footer. Kids texting on a one wheel. Okay man. I think I could go through the back here, but I don't want to go through that school. That leads right over to my warehouse, but I'll go around the other way just to stay out of the school stuff. And now it's a footer. Didn't get a no footer out of that one. Too long of a stop. Apartments are looking pretty finished. The road is not much improved. I certainly hope they repave this whole thing, but apartments are actually looking kind of nice. A lot of windows in those units. Very open and airy inside, I'll bet. Magnum PI's here. Well, nothing on the porch, so I think I can probably just roll on out. I'll check my mailbox real quick and just hit the road. No reason to stay. I don't have anything to do in here, and the sooner I can get done with the traffic situation, the better, because it's just going to get worse. And I keep unplugging myself as I get off the scoot because I forget that I've got this on there, but it's magnetic, so that's really cool. All right, continue along my very slow rolling commute. I don't know which bike is going to be next in the fix list. You guys tell me what you want to see me fix next. I've got take your half out of one side, dummy. Jesus, turning the opposite side of the road. Where was I? Oh yeah, you guys tell me what bike out of the list you want me to fix up next. I have the XT250, the Ducati 1100. What else is sitting waiting? My 1970 Honda Scrambler 175, and then my 1978 Honda CB 125S. So let me know which out of those four. A 70 Honda Scrambler 175, a 78 Honda CB 125S single, the XT250, or the Ducati. I'll cue it up. I think I should probably get the XT done, but I'm annoyed at that project because 3 of my project boxes are missing, and I have no idea what has happened to them. They've been missing for over a year now, and I fear that I left them in the back of the truck or something, and they got stolen, because I just can't find them anywhere else. I mean, it's a weird thing for somebody to steal, but you know, I guess people steal anything. My XT250 project box is missing, and 2 of my hammock supply boxes are missing. One of them was full of Eagle's Nest Outfitters hammocks and tarps and full kits and you name it, and the other one was full of Sierra Madre Research SMR gear, really expensive. Jesus Christ, look at this freak. What the f is wrong with you, jack off? He just about hit me from behind, passing over the double yellow in a 30-mile-an-hour zone. I'm telling you, Houston is just full of complete shitbirds. Crazy people, man. 30-mile-an-hour zone with lots of cops through here. He's going to pass over the double yellow, speeding 50, 60 plus miles an hour. Just being a complete shithead. Unbelievable. Watch my mirrors. I saw that guy come flying up behind me. I shagged right as quick as I could because he just about hit me. The way he was driving, I think he was drunk because he was left and right all over the lane. Very erratic. Drunk at 3:30 in the afternoon. I guess stupidity doesn't have a schedule. Mm-hmm. 1,885 miles on this clock. And how many years old is the bike? It's now 17 years old. 17 years old? Yeah, 17-year-old bike. Man, I had to stop and do some real math there. Crazy. 17 years old. I think I've got more miles on my Navi than I do on this, but just by a hair. The Navi is not quite to 2,000 miles yet, I don't think. Take the back road here through the parking lot. Hey, big bump. Man, that's a rough curb. Freebirds. Haven't been there in a while. Good tacos. Burritos, everything. Chewy's, haven't been there in a while either. In fact, I can't remember I think the last Chewy's I ate at is up in Cyprus, close to where I used to live. Uh-oh. Wow, a school bus unloading on a feeder road that's this wide and this busy? That's kind of reckless and stupid. 5-6 lanes wide. I think there's a better way to do that. I guarantee people aren't stopping for that thing. Not through here. And they barely stop for red lights. Why would they stop for a school bus unloading on a 5-lane wide road? 6 lanes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 if you include the turn lane over there. Crazy. Oh, it's hot in the sun. Whew. Jesus Christ. There's an asshole in a Tesla trying to hit me from that flank. A guy running a right turn intersection on the other side. Son of a bitch. Houston is a fucking dumpster fire for driving. It's crazy. Everybody here is just so reckless. Reckless is one thing, aggressive is different. Reckless and aggressive, there's Houston right there in a nutshell. Go, dipshit. No signal on that guy. Just, oh my God, look at this. Oh, no signal, nothing. He just cuts across 2 lanes, swings it, and then puts a signal on after the fact. My God, Houston's such a shit show. No signal, no indication. Good luck. Swing that thing like a battering ram. This was the car dealership that I pushed the lady into when I did a motorist assist a few months back. A couple years ago, I guess now. A few months. She was stuck in this lane right here, further back, and I pushed her around the corner over there, all the way around into the service driveway. Whew. That was an effort. Nobody else stopped to help. Everybody just kept on going by. Check out this water fountain up here. It's got a wavy center fountain. It's different. Of course, you got the asshole back there with the industrial leaf blower just blowing shit out into the street. Like that does any good. It's just going to blow right back. How about vacuuming it up? Figure it out, dude. I still don't know where they're going. Now they're about to hit me from behind because they're not only directionally challenged, but they're stupid. Asshole on a Mazda was trying to box past me just to stop and turn right there. Jesus Christ, these people are ridiculously dangerous. Mazda 3 came flying up on my left side about 75 miles an hour and thought he was going to box past but around me. Well, why? There's an empty lane behind me, jackass. Fucking stupid people, man. Whenever I say that Houston drivers are homicidal and that people give me those nasty, oh, you're just crazy, blah, blah. No, fucking look at the evidence. Jesus, man. These people are off their chains. Absolutely nuts. Aggression is just off the charts. 1900 miles on this when I get home, right about. I bought a keychain for this a long time ago that said C3. It was the Yamaha logo and a C3, but I can't find it anywhere. I don't know what I did with it. It was a special order out of Europe somewhere, I can't remember. I got that and my PCX 150 keychain at the same time. Make up your mind, shit munch. Asshole in a Tesla. Aggressive, no signaling, just being a tool. going, people. Keep going. Sitting behind that shit. Yep, gonna have just over 1,900 miles when I get home. I'll stop off at Walmart, fill it up, check today's mileage, because I have no idea where in the tank I am. I could be just about to sniff fumes, but I don't think so. Not at only 50 miles on the clock. The worst fuel mileage I ever saw out of this thing when I was riding it semi-frequently for my commutes several years back, I just wrung out 100% throttle, just flogging it to death. I saw 101. I don't think I've ever gotten below that. Riding it nice, I was getting about 117. The highest I ever got out of it, I think, was 120 something, low 120s, and that was just, 25 mile an hour, a little surface street putteroos, not going fast. Oh, thank you, Cloud. Feels good. Go while it's green, people. It's not always going to be green. Come on, keep going. The biggest drawback about the acceleration curve of this thing, at full tilt it matches most lethargic cagers, and you can't get out of their blind spots, you can't get away from them, and then you hit max velocity and you can't really accelerate, you can't go anywhere, so it's annoying. It's hard to make a case for 50cc scooters in most big cities, Houston included. Just don't have quite enough oomph to get out of the way. This one does okay up top once you let it breathe for a minute. Can't get in there quick, you ain't doing it. Alright then, you ain't doing it. Whoa, full back up. What's going on? Have a lane closed here or something. Shall I poke my eyeballs around and see what it is? I think I'm going to, because that's a long line. I think it's just people avoiding this lane because the traffic stops in this right lane up here for school pickup. Yeah, well, at least I've got a nice shady spot to wait. I think I'm going to split through here. This is going to take too long. Luckily, it's a little scoot and I can kind of fit. Should be able to kind of fit. This guy's kind of big, but I think I can fit. Surprised the camera hasn't shut down from overheat because it's hot out here. Probably just about to. Okay, go while it's green. Go while it's green. 5 seconds for the first car to get through after the green. Looks like the pumps are messed up again. Mine messed up? No, mine looks like it's working. Always got pumps out. I don't know why. Always have a lot of reliability issues with these things. 1900.2 at the fuel pump. Okay, so let's see if I can. Doubt that I can keep you on camera because I've got to unplug all this, and I don't think it's going to work. We'll find out. Haven't refueled this one in a little while. Pull my bag to the side there. Get the key. Pop that out. Try not to unplug my camera. See how much I have to put back in. Wow, fuel's down to $2.49 a gallon. It's pretty good. I'll put mid-grade in it. I have no idea what I'm actually going to get. No, I won't. I'll put the cheap stuff in there because half a gallon, I'm not going to get what I ask for. It's going to be whatever's in the hose. Take it up just over the bar, and that's going to be where it started its life. Okay, camera shut itself down because it was too hot. I took 0.439 gallons, $1.10, right up to the brim. I'll have to review my mileage from where it started, or when I, refreshed this project a few days ago. I want to say I was at 1840, 1836, something like that. I'll look at my camera shots. It was right around 1840, so that was about 60 miles worth of running around, and it took 0.49 gallons or whatever that was. Ugh. And I was running a very thick mixture of seafoam and Tecron in that tank to try to clean the sludge out of the fuel injection. I ran carb cleaner through the line and broke up a bunch of stuff. It was just nasty, slimy coming out of there. So hopefully it's getting washed out. But I've noticed that when I run the fuel cleaners real thick, sometimes the economy goes down a bit. So by the next tank of fuel after this one, all the fuel additives should be run out of it. I might run another somewhat heavy tank of seafoam through it. I need to go back over to AutoZone today as well. I got a Iridium spark plug that was supposed to be a cross-reference match to the plug that's in here. Not even close. It's a regular automotive diameter for the threads instead of the real tiny pencil-thin plug diameter, thread diameter that this one has. So I need to take that plug over there and say, nope, this was the wrong one. Do we have any alternatives? Start off its new life with a fresh plug. I cleaned out the air filter. It's not very dirty at all. I did the valve check on it when I got it at 300 miles, I don't think I need to get back in there for a long time. Bump, bump. All right, I will catch you all later. Thanks for tagging along, and see what the next one brings.